And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, today we're taking a look at Honshu. This is a game that I didn't really take much notice of it beforehand, and when I came back from Essen, there were some people who were buzzing about it, and I still kind of didn't take notice. And then I opened it up, casually read the rules, and I said, what? I want to play this game. Because it's a trick-taking game mixed with a city-building game, which is very fascinating to me because I love city-building games. I hope it's good, I hope it's good, I hope it's good. Let's find out. Each person gets a random starting city card. Either you can use sides A or B as long as everyone uses the same side. And so you'll take one of these, put it in front of you. If there's a square on it, that means you have a resource of that type. So that's a wooden resource. And then there's all different things that are on these. You can see that there's woods and desert and different things. Now, each player is going to get dealt a hand of cards from this deck. And the cards in this deck are numbered from 1 to 60 and show the different types of terrain on them. So there's going to be 12 rounds in the game. And the first 3 rounds, each player is going to play a card from their hand. They're then going to pass the 3 cards that they have to the person on their left, and then they'll play those 3 cards. And then you will draw 6 more cards and do the same thing again. Now, when players play a card, when they play a card, you're going to play them in numerical order, and there's cards that are included with the game to keep track of what player's turn order is. So if I go first, I could play the 28 in front of me. If I want to, I can put this brown resource on it to add 60 to it, which would make it an 88. That's up to me. If I do play a resource, if any player plays a resource when they play their card, everyone else has to play the same resource. So let's say the next player plays a 50, the next player plays a 56, and the last player plays a 19. At that point, we give out the cards based on the highest number. So we have 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and 4 over here. And then in turn order, each person is going to pick a card that they want. So maybe the 1 player just says, I want the card I played. The 2 players says, well, I want that card. And the 3 player says, I want this one. The 4th player takes this one. It's really up to you which card you take, although the last player is not going to have a choice. When you add a card to your area, you can either place it, you have to interlock with a card already in your area, and you can go underneath or you can go on top, but that's basically it. So I could do this if I wanted to, or maybe I just want to do this and I'm building a forest there or something. These are worth nothing at the end of the game, so they're worth covering up. The only rule here is that lakes can never be covered up, so I couldn't slide this under here, although I could do that if I want. If I cover up a resource for whatever reason, that resource goes away. If I put down a card that has a resource on it, you will instantly get that resource. And so that's basically how the game is going to be played. Players are going to do this, and after 12 turns, you're going to have some sort of city built with the cards as you've been playing them over the course of the game. At the end of the game, each tree area is going to give you a straight 2 points. Water areas give you 0 points unless you have more than 1 water area together. The first one's 0, but after that, they're 3 points each. These desert areas are worth nothing. Cities are worth 1 point each for your biggest city. So this city would be 5. Well, over here, this city would be worth nothing. Then there's certain areas on the board that will give you points. Like this area here will give you points if, at the end of the game, you can put a gray resource on it. So if I've saved this gray resource, for example, I could put it on here. If, let's say I saved the blue one, I could put it on here. That would give me 3 points. That would give me 3 points. But let's say I spent the rest of them, so I don't have anything to put on that yellow resource, so it gets me no points at all. And so then you add up your points, and whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. You can also play with a variant where you can draw one of these cards at the beginning of the game, and each of these will give different points. Like this might give points for water, or it might give points if you build a forest like this, or what have, or like even here, this one gives a point if you have a square of desert in your region. And it's just an alternate way to score points as time goes by. Okay, so this is kind of a mix and a hodgepodge of a lot of different things going on, although it plays very simply, right? There's a trick-taking element to the game where you'll play cards one after another, and the highest number, quote-unquote, wins the trick, but it really isn't winning the trick. It's just getting to take the card first. Now, incidentally, I thought it was kind of odd. I just expected, as the game went by, that the higher number cards would be... I don't really know. Like the higher, I kind of expect there to be a difference between the cards. Like I don't know exactly mathematically, but maybe the higher cards would be better or worse. I'm not sure, but they were pretty much the same across the board. So you want to save that higher card till you really want to win one. You want a specific one that's out there. Adding the cubes to them is an interesting idea because you have to sit there and go, well, I need that cube for end game scoring. Nah, why not? I might as well throw it in and add 60. Then I get to go first. I had someone tell me they played without the cubes and that made the game, it played very well without them, so who knows. But I like that idea. I like the extra scoring cards a lot too. I think that adds something else. But the whole trick-taking and playing things, that's good. It wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. And honestly, moving those turn order cards around the table every turn was slightly fiddly. But I still enjoyed it because I really liked the second part, which is taking the card you just got and then building a city. Or you're going to build a giant lake. You can get a lot of points that way, or several large lakes. Or you can build a huge city. Because having two big cities is worthless, or are you going to just ignore that and just get lots of forests and ways to score points with the cubes? And how will you build your city? It's not hard, there's not a lot of thought, but when you get a card, you're like, ooh, I'll tuck it in here. And there's a sense of accomplishment as you see your city grow and spread across. So that was some pretty neat stuff. So that's kind of where I'm sitting with Honshu. It's a pretty neat little game. I don't know that I want to play it with 5 again. That seemed like too many, but you know what? It worked fine, but wow, really nice 3-player game, or even a 2-player game, back and forth, picking cards, building your city. You could probably zoom through that pretty quickly here. So this is the second one in this line from this company. The first one was kind of a silly speed game. This one's a little bit more serious. I don't think you can take it as seriously as it seems like you can from reading the rules and playing it. I think it's a lighter game than it looks. But again, I don't mind building that city, and I just find some amusement amongst that. It's cool. A lot of city building games are kind of big and grandiose and a lot going on. This one's kind of a, hey, it's almost a filler city building game, which is something pretty cool. Definitely one that's worth taking a look at. Nice artwork too while we're at it. That's Honshu. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.